It's been crazy, but like I just want to just give it all I got.
Watching Dame, you can't really quantify what it is he's doing out there. It's more of a felt experience.
The game started and like it just felt like something. This could be a big night.
Dame is the 8th player in NBA history to score 70 or more.
As it's happening, I'm texting people. I'm like, this man's incredible. This 71-point game was special.
We're all enjoying being a part of his journey.
Get up and get loud for Letter Orange City.
We've had a lot of adversity this year, so it's just been a tough season.
So we got to be thinking when we hooping. Be thinking when we hooping.
It's the role players and the guys coming off the bench who really step up.
No season is ever the same, no team is ever the same. Hopefully next year, we all come back better versions of ourselves.
Come on, man. Finish this out.
We're going to finish up in 1, 2, 3.
Man, the equipment managers, they're two of the most important people in the organization, to be honest with you.
Eric and Corey play pivotal roles. They provided, what everybody needs. Whenever you call on them, they're right there.
Eric Hallman and Corey Lay are what keep it rolling.
Corey, you want to put the big ones on that cart?
Yeah. Every day, everybody's in Trailblazers gear. Everybody has to have socks. Everybody needs a polo. Everybody has to have a jersey. Not only do we have to have all these things, but it has to be clean. It has to get from the practice facility to the motor center. It got to get to the plane. It got to get to the hotel. It got to get to the bus.
And just line all those up right there. Snacks, gum, cough drops. If something is missing, usually we have a backup for it, so.
You got to keep track of this person's gear, this person's net bag. You got to go in the laundry on the road. There's so many things that they have to do on behalf of everybody else.
Now to set up lockers. So I started as a ball boy with the Suns. I was with the Suns for 17 years, worked my way up. I was one of the locker room guys. The WNBA Phoenix Mercury's head equipment manager and operations manager. And then the job came up here in Portland and came up, interviewed, and was lucky enough to get the job here in Portland and been here now season 8.
Eric has been doing this for a long time. He's a very funny guy. People don't know about Eric. He's very funny. He has a lot of great jokes. Corey's the new guy, so he kind of get a little bit of a bad time, but it just comes with being new to the team and new in that position.
Justice, where's the sunglasses?
They're very supportive of us, and whenever anything we need, equipment-wise, they're always there for us, and we're pretty glad to have them.
Hardest part of my job, always trying to prepare for the unexpected. Weather is also fun. We've had a lot of travel issues this year with weather, so we can't predict what's going to happen there.
We landed somewhere and it was like freezing, it was snowing.
It was a snowstorm that had hit really fast in Denver, snow everywhere on the ground, and
I looked out the window and I just saw Eric and Corey just like pulling bags, running back and forth, doing all this stuff. And I texted them in a group text and I was like,
he texted us all, he said, essentially, if I was doing your job, I would have quit already.
And they both laughed and I was not joking, because like that weather, how late we landed, I was like, I appreciate y'all.
So he understands the grind of all that goes into our job. He sees it all. He appreciates what we do, and makes us feel valued with knowing that our job is important.
On the outside looking in, and also as a player, you kind of don't realize what they have to go through. Once you take a step back and look at it, you see that they go through a lot of late nights, whether it's even taking our bags off the plane late at night. Sitting there taking off for us and going through each individual bag and putting on a bus for us. So I think they just go through a lot. They work very hard for us and to make sure our lives is easy. They take care of us.
When in doubt, we're the kind of the go-to for most everything, which actually makes our job kind of fun, because it's nice to feel wanted and needed. There's always something that comes up, and we're just trying to think ahead and plan ahead. So if the guys ask for it, we have what they need to get the job done. So.
You know, they make everybody's job so easy. They do it, you know, with a smile on their face every single time. It's kind of a thankless job. They're really important and they're incredible. They've done an amazing job. They're here to make all of our lives easy, and they do it seamlessly.
You know, they just deserve a lot of, you know, love and appreciation for what they do, because it seems like an easy job where anybody can do it. You know, but it takes a special person to do the job that they do, you know, and to do it as well as they do and to be as consistent as they are. So they deserve a lot of credit.
Right. Yeah, we're good.
So this picture is from Summer League. As you can see, I think I tore my labrum. I was feeling pretty down and, you know, sad because I wanted to play. I didn't know how I would bounce back from this, but, you know, my family, my friends, coaches, you know, everyone around me really supported me and helped me through this tough time. So, I mean, I wasn't playing for like about a year because I settled during college, so I felt like, you know, this was a perfect time to, you know, showcase what I could do, but, you know, I ended up getting hurt. I guess everything happens for a reason, so. So in this photo, this is, you know, me hugging my grandma from back home. First time going back to Toronto, playing in Toronto. I mean, this one means a lot just because, you know, my grandma doesn't really do too much traveling. She don't really leave the house. So for her to come and, you know, come watch my first game in Toronto is, you know, means a lot. In this photo, I remember, I think we were playing Houston and I caught a lob from Keon. The way that happened was, I think someone tipped it and it was about to go out of bounds and he saved it. But while he was saving the ball, he turned mid-air and it threw the oop to me. And I caught it and dunked it. And everyone went crazy because before this play, you know, I had the one-handed dunk down the lane. So, you know, going back-to-back dunks. And that was definitely my welcome to Portland moment.
Oh, bring it high, bring it hard, baby.
I'm really surprised by these young generation, you know, Skyfly. I feel like the shade, and we always like, this man can jump.
Floating up there, the alien.
You know, when training camp starts and then I saw what actually jumping mean, I feel like you know, every year someone coming, I'm like, wow, it's like even more impressed. Like Am was, you know, jumping. And then he show up and I feel like these guys didn't jump quite as high as he jumps.
You know, sometimes I'm like, man, did I really just do that? A whole bunch of people told me like they've never seen that live in person before. So, you know, just to have that, you know, effect on people, you know, it means a lot.
You know, just looking at his highlights in high school and stuff, you know, you don't really know how he jumped. You know, he missed summer league, so you didn't really see it. So, you know, just stepping into this year, just seeing how athletic he is, and the future's bright for him.
Shaden to be so young and just to, you know, from day one, him being able to just have an impact. For me, if you put me out there at that age, they would probably kick me off the team.
They're good defenders, but especially when you go one speed, it's easy. They just gonna lock onto you and chase you. They big and long, you know what I'm saying?
You know, obviously as a rookie, you're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna be lost, you're gonna have a hard time some days.
But when the screen is like this and I'm coming off like this, he's like this. And he's making me go this way.
I don't know how I really describe it, but I just say like I've learned a lot through this season, you know, just the ins and outs of the game for real. Just, you know, learning from, you know, Dame, Jeremy, Nurk, Jesse, you know, all the vets really. So just learning as much as I can for my first, you know, season.
You know, just seeing what he's been able to do this season has been special. But I think for him, just his natural talent and ability to play those consistent minutes and find a way to do something out there at that age is just, you know, impressive to me.
But Shaden is a great young talent that can handle it. Shaden Sharp up top. There goes the man of the hour. That's pretty impressive. Yeah. Shaden Sharp, and he is punching the clock. Wow. And rejected by Sharp. Scraping the sky with that one. He just snuffs it. Sharp then drives right into the lane to get the pass, laying up and in. He is too strong. Gets through traffic, over to Sharp, and he drills a three. 30.6 at 12 shooting from three, and a career high.
It's one thing at a time. you know. The other parts of it is beautiful, you know. He's scoring the ball, he's attacking the basket.
Top blocking you the whole time. Just gonna start setting screens and slipping. Just think the last time we set a screen, he stayed on top of you.
Yeah.
Just tell him he gotta just turn the corner.
All right. You know, he's doing good, man. He's doing really good. He's seeing so many new things every single night. And as far as that's concerned, man, he's kicking butt. You know, he's kicking butt. But these are all just different levels and different dimensions that he hasn't seen yet. You know, and he's seeing them for the first time. So he's doing good, man. He's doing really good.
Before I got drafted, I didn't really have no games under my belt, so I mean, I felt like, you know, my basketball skills have changed, obviously, just because, you know, I'm in the gym every day. It's practice and playing. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
My favorite off-the-court moment this season was probably when my son Nico, he took his first steps. A proud dad moment. But it was just cool to see him be able to do that, and he continues to develop really well, and he's talking now. And it really motivated me and inspired me, and it came at a crucial time. I had just hurt my ankle, so it brought me a lot of joy just to see him, you know, take my walking powers.
Off the court moment, I would say training camp. Santa Barbara was a great trip. Just bonding with the guys in Santa Barbara and stuff, that was a great moment.
Shots up, rebound!
Training camp for sure, just because that was something different for me, just stepping outside of really my comfort zone, and then also getting closer with the guys on the team. I feel like that was a opportunity for everybody to get to know each other, and I feel like we took advantage of that.
Got on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Let's go. My first training camp away from home, spending all that time together and getting to know each other, it was unique. You know, it was different. You know, it served its purpose, where we just had to bond. I felt like it was a big part of why we got off to the type of start that we got off to, and it contributed to our success.
And the last time the Blazers were 4-0 to start a season was 1999.
Definitely going to the African American Museum in Washington, D.C. I've been dying to go there ever since it's been open, and I just never had a chance to. But I was glad to go there this year with my teammates, kind of take everything in.
Favorite memory or moment off the court this season? Rap video was cool. I think under the circumstances we didn't want to be under, obviously being on the plane for 7+ hours. I think it helped us gel a little bit more. It was cool for us to kind of come together and do that. I think Dame did a good job of, you know, putting everybody in his raps and stuff like that. So, you know, made everybody feel included.
My favorite encore moment was probably winning in Phoenix. I just think the camaraderie of our group, our togetherness and our connection really, you know, showed. It's always fun, you know, when you win on another team's floor, especially that close to the buzzers. That was a lot of fun.
My favorite encore moment this season was probably when Dame had 71. He shot the logo shot. I was on the court and just jogging back. Like, I just had a smile on my face. It was like time just slowed down. Like, I'm a part of history. Like, it was just crazy. I was in the stats that game. Just when you look at it like that and how far I've come, like, I could have never imagined that as a kid, playing with Damian Lillard. And he's doing it right in front of me in a game that I scored in. Like, when you break it down like that, it just makes life so much more enjoyable and just makes you appreciative of all the little things.
Name 71, yeah. That's by far my favorite. Also, being on the court when he broke the all-time leading scorer in Trailblazers, that was a sort of surreal moment.
I'd have to say probably getting that putback dunk against the Lakers in LA. Felt like I got high and dunked it with Paris. It's just cool seeing all the, you know, responses I got on Instagram and everything from, you know, people out the country and everything. So.
I would say the Memphis game when they came here, it was a neck-and-neck battle at the end. I feel like that was a moment where I really seen how much Rip City and just the whole fans in Portland love basketball, just because to look up in the stands and see pretty much everybody standing up in a neck-and-neck game, it almost gave you a playoff feeling. And for me, I've never seen that many people just loud and cheering, so that was just a big eye-opener for me.
The easiest thing to say about our Portland fans are they are incredible. It doesn't matter if it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and a team that's not doing well. coming into our building. They're there supporting us.
Dame for a 50-piece. A 50-piece.
Portland has that reputation of, having great fans and, having great support throughout the years. We've been struggling this season, but our fans still make sure to come out no matter who we're playing and show love. So, we all really appreciate that.
They're on their feet here in Motor Center. Oh, man, I got chills.
I just love this fan base. They love basketball. They love the Trailblazers, and I love them. We have one of the best home court advantages in the entire NBA.
They have high expectations for us, and if we meet those, great. But if we don't, they still pick us up.
Just probably the best feeling you can have. We just want to play in front of our fans.
I think basketball in the Northwest goes fairly unrecognized. I think because of that, people assume that there's not much support from the city or the fan base. But coming here and being a part of it and being reminded after having been on the East Coast for a little bit that there is a huge fan base, a huge basketball community, and there's a lot of love for the Trailblazers out here was really cool. And now to kind of be on the receiving side of that support is really nice and a nice reminder of just how much people care about basketball and how passionate the fans do get.
Every time I step out there, I'm way more motivated at home with all the fans and the chainsaw.
Way up top from Troutdale.
And then they got the block party thing up there. My goal half the time is to get as many heads up there as I can, when I see that. But it's just been cool. I've met so many people that, I graduated from Reynolds back in this time, and Oregon State, go Beavs. It's been so cool.
I've really enjoyed, playing in front of our fans. They're some of the best fans in the NBA. Very loyal, very dedicated, and they know the game. I feel as if they treat us as regular people.
When I got traded here to Portland, I didn't know anything about the city itself. But I actually really like it. I've gotten a lot of fan love, actually. And I really appreciate it because it's not always like that.
Reddish three on the way, buries it.
I was accepted. I felt welcomed by everybody. It's truly, truly a blessing. So I'm extremely excited to be here and to just move forward.
They've embraced me from the beginning. I think they embrace our entire team. And it's refreshing to have fans like that who I feel care about me in general and everybody in general, not just, you producing on the court. Obviously that is a big part of it, but at the same time, they do care, about what you're doing outside of basketball, and they care about, your well-being.
It's his birthday, man.
Happy birthday. Thank you.
I mean, that's amazing, and you don't really get that too much in professional sports.
I think the greatest challenge that athletes face is just, mentally trying to stay in a good place, because I think we put so much into the game, and a lot of times, more times than not, you don't really get the results that you hope for. And when you pour everything you have into it, that really hurts, and you got to learn how to take those and just look at it in a different light. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get too down on yourself and, start to equate yourself and lower your own value, because, I think for me personally, once I started to look at things differently and look at adversity as an obstacle that I had to overcome and that could improve me, I think my life definitely started to feel better.
They played hard, they gave it their all. Maybe next year for the Blazers.
This season, we've had a lot of ups and downs through injuries, through travel adversity and weather adversity. Just like any NBA season, we've had our ups and downs. For the most part, I think we've handled those pretty well. It hasn't translated into, the amount of wins that we would like.
I just think, we've had a lot of adversity this year. We've had a lot of injuries. We haven't been whole for the entire season. So it's just been it's been a tough season.
I think I've grown in a lot of ways, just from a skill set standpoint. But mentally, I think I've just started to see the game better. I think my IQ has improved. I think I became a better playmaker. I think, the natural maturity, of a player is just kind of starting coming to work.
I'd say I've grown by just my approach to the game, knowing what I need to do on a night in, night out basis.
I think we can all agree with Simons. I feel like overnight become a man as far as like this basketball player, big boy pants, what they say now, but it definitely stands out by himself and speaks for himself too.
It won't be a total loss if we learn something from this season and know exactly what we need to do to get better at, individually and as a team.
I think in my life, the thing I can improve on the most is just my confidence. As a player, I have the physical ability to do anything, but once you really believe that you can do it, you start to notice things, take a leap forward.
I think I would like to see this team grow going forward by taking that next step, continue to grow and evolve. Hopefully next year we all come back better versions of ourselves.
I just think it's time for us to really go in and, give the city and give the fans and give everybody what they deserve. I'm completely sold on putting myself in the best position to lead that charge. And I think for us as a unit, it's time for us to go all in on that. I just think that's where we are.